Hello you all, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, what's good? If you are new, hey boo, I'm back with another video. So let me just say happy holidays to y'all. It's raining today. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoying y'all holidays. Today is my father's birthday, so I'm about to go celebrate with him for a little bit, and then I have a niece, her birthday is today too, so we got some holiday babies up over here. So I was just thinking about the video that I made about the experiences dating older men. So I had to make a second part. I had to make a second part. Okay, so basically this video is going to be about how to date an older man. Okay, you like this guy, you know, y'all getting to know each other, y'all might have been out on a few dates, and you want to know, because it's a difference. Okay, I'm gonna admit this though, dating an older man, it is a lot different, because y'all come from two different generations. Okay, so the only reason why dating older men has worked for me, because even old school music, because a lot of people when they really like to shade people that date older men, you know, they try to make it just seem like it's not a genuine connection, it's not a real relationship, there's nothing that you could possibly have in common with an older man and all this and that. And what's the thing I like to hear, oh, he has way more, he can easily take over. I mean, he can easily take advantage of you and all this and that. And I wouldn't suggest that a younger woman date an older man because of this and that. And okay, I understand. Like I say, I like to hear every side. You know, I listen. I like difference of opinions. Okay, and sometimes I may take my advice from those videos too. I'm like, yeah, you know, that do sound right. But like I said in the last video, there are those older men that feel like they have the upper hand over a younger woman, because it's all about when it comes to older men, it's all about the wisdom and the knowledge. Okay, so that's why I say you have to be a mature woman, because a lot of time an older man will use his knowledge and his years of wisdom to try to play games on you, you know. So if you are a smart young lady and you got your head on right, you're gonna be able to spot game. Okay, this older man ain't gonna be able to run no game up on you. Okay, especially if you got older uncles, cousins, brothers, you got a father, he gonna put you up on game. Okay, you're not gonna be out here just lost. So if you considering today the older man, you may want to get the advice of your older siblings. Okay, you want to watch them. That is how you're gonna know how to deal with an older man. Because see, this the thing, and some people they like I say, a lot of people they literally I feel like they be a little jealous, you know, because like I said in the last video, I feel like the older men are getting the upper hand. They getting the ladies. I'm telling you, they are gentlemen. They know how to treat a lady, and some people they just be in their feelings about it. They don't want to admit it. But the thing with that is, so I'm going to give you a couple of instances of older men that I have dated. Y'all already know I'm gonna probably give y'all some story times, but the first older guy that I dated, the worst date ever. Okay, that story time was about him. Actually, I made two story times about two older men that I dated. That was the worst date ever. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. The first older guy, the one thing that was attractive about him was that he knew how to hold a conversation. Other than that, the one thing I could say that I didn't like about him was, this will be the case with some of them, he was real insecure, you know. He put me in the man of, like I said, I don't like to discriminate when it comes to men. Like, if you have a big heart and you know how to treat a woman, I don't care how you look or none of this stuff. Now, this was a big guy. He reminded me of Sherman from The Nutty Professor. Now, if you've seen that movie, that is the perfect description of this older guy. This was the very first older guy that I dealt with, and I met him when I was about 23. Okay, at that time he was like well into his 40s, and I think he was like either in his early 40s or his late 40s when I met him. And so he was very, like I said, he was a bigger guy, but he was a sweetheart. Okay, that was the one thing I will say. He was a sweetheart, and he knew how to hold a conversation. But the one thing that was a turn off with me about him was, you know, even though he was a little insecure, the one thing that I say about older men, and I noticed this about a lot of them, they are very set in their ways. You know, he was a little bit he came off as being kind of like, some of them will have a little strict, mean streak to them. Okay, that's how some of them are, but they mean no harm bad. When it comes to older men, the reason why I say it has always been preferable to me to date an older man is because what you see is what you get. Okay, older men play games too, so I'm not gonna sit up here and make it seem like he just all that, you know. But older man don't have a reason to put up a front for you, okay? Because he has a lot of experience. Say put up a front, I mean, like, because what I see with some men is they're kind of like fake it, and they'll try to fake a lifestyle or try to brag about their money. I never been a person that really liked the guy that was too flashy, you know, just doing the most. You know, with older men, what you see is what you get. Okay, this is who he has been for a long time. Like I said, he has experience dating a lot of women. Okay, so when he comes to you with this, who he is, whatever type of personality he has, that is who he really is. Okay, it's either you gonna deal with him or you're not going to deal with him. But the one thing, and I haven't dated an older guy in a while. Actually, let me just say this one thing. The last guy that I dated, he was about 50. Okay, 50 or 51. And the one thing I would say about older men that I have noticed, that most older men that are attracted to younger women, they are usually the ones that have a young soul. Okay, and when I say young soul, I don't mean, because let me just say this, I don't like men that act younger than what they are. You know, that's a turn off to me. Act your age. Okay, if you are 50, act 50. If you are 40 or 30, act 30. You know, but with when I say a young soul, I mean, they have a zest for life. You know, when certain people get to a certain age, they kind of slow down. They kind of don't really want to do much. You know, they're not really fun or adventurous and nothing like that. They just kind of, like I said earlier, set in their ways, you know, kind of strict, you know, kind of act like this mean streak to them. They just kind of like, certain older men have a young soul. You know, they want to live life. They young forever. That's what you get dealing with a certain type of older man. And if you are a woman that, you know, you want to see the world, you want to go places, you want to experience his life, this older man might be the one for you, because he is gonna show you things, take you places that you never been before. You are going to see a different side of life. You are going to get those fun experiences dating this man. Like I said in the last video, a lot of times with an older man, they try to make it about sex. You know, I heard something about it's a kink kind of thing. It's a kinky thing that they have a fetish for younger women, because I don't know, y'all, but the way I see it is, you're going to learn a lot. You are going to see a lot of things dealing with an older man. While you are going to have fun. That's the whole point of being with an older man. Have fun, okay? Whatever the definition of fun means for you. When I say have fun, I don't mean like in no sexual way and none of that, because like I said, most of the connections that I've had with older men, we never had nothing sexual with each other. We just had good conversations, good times, you know, good dates, all of that, you know. So with an older guy, when I say they kind of set in their ways and they kind of like, you know, what you see is what you get. The only reason why I say older men, they don't really have a reason to front for you. Most of them already know what they want. You know, most of them are relationship minded. They want a serious relationship with someone. So the whole stereotype with, oh, older men don't want nothing with a younger woman but sex, and you are just a thrill or something like that for him, a ego stroke and stuff like that. I mean, I do believe there's some truth to some of those things, but I do believe that some older men really is looking for a serious relationship. Now, when it comes to being with a younger woman, I don't know. I think it depends on the circumstances of in a situation behind you and this guy. How y'all met? What situation are you in right now to where this man is in your life? What place does he hold in your life? Now, it's a difference between an older man and a sugar daddy, okay? Certain older men, they will do things for, I have dated certain older men to where they have done things for me financially. But there are certain older men that I have dated, and it was just like a genuine connection. Like, it was literally it wasn't no transactional kind of relationship, you know, where he giving me money and all this and that, basically taking care of me. We didn't have that type of relationship. It was really genuine. The older guy that you are dating, that's the type of connection you want to aim for, you know. Now, there are some people out here that are in age gap relationships, so it was successful for them and it worked out. Now, me personally, after my experiences dating older men, I'm kind of iffy with that, only because one of the older men that I dated, the one thing that I say kind of put like a damper on our relationship was he had health issues. So when you are considering to date an older man, consider the fact that this man is old, you know. You have a whole life ahead of you and he has a whole life behind him, okay? So it's unfortunate, like it's actually kind of sad to sit up and talk about, because if you sit up here getting to know this man and you feel like y'all really hit it off and y'all got this really good connection, and you come to find out that he has certain health related issues, like the guy that I was dating, he it was something where he needed to wear like a medical bracelet or something like that. I'm not gonna really say his I'm not gonna really put his business out there too much, but he had a lot going on with him, and a lot of times you gotta look at the reason why, because you may be liking this guy and feeling him, but a lot of times an older man is getting with a younger woman for the wrong intentions. So make sure that you know his intentions before you deal with him, okay? Is he looking for a thrill, some sex? Is he looking for a caregiver? You know, if this man is not in the best shape with his health, because it is a lot of older men out here that really take care of their health. They travel in the world, they living up to be 80, 90 years old or older, and they really are in great health, okay? Certain men probably had a hard life where they did certain things in their life to where their health just deteriorate, and when you don't take care of your health, it does kind of shorten your life, depending on the circumstances of certain health related issues. It may be something beyond his control, something that he can't help. And if you are involved with this guy seriously and you catching feelings for him, it's going to be kind of like a strain on y'all relationship, because by him being older and you are younger, he may not, and it's sad to say this, but he may not have much longer to live. I had a talk with a guy before about, me and him had a really serious talk. He actually wanted me, that's why the relationship didn't work, because I think he was looking for a caregiver. And I had my whole, your life, you are young, honey, okay? Y'all had y'all fun times, but you still have your life. You don't need to be taking care of nobody, none of that. Like, especially if you have children, that's like an extra load on your belt. You don't need to be taking care of no man. But this man did say, you will have some of those older men. I had one guy joke with me about it, say, yeah, baby, I'll put you in my will, like you can be in my will or something like that. And I just thought it was funny. I thought it was kind of cute, because it's like, the fact that a guy really consider you like that to be in his life for a long time, he want to make sure that you are well taken care of even when he pass on. That's considerate for a guy to think of you in that way. So me and this guy had been talking about, he was serious. Like, a lot of men, older men, they are serious, okay? When I say they know how to have a conversation, when they talk a lot, they love to talk a lot, okay? They're going to share probably more than too much about themselves with you. And you gotta keep that notepad in your head, things that he tell you, so you can make a decision on whether you want to deal with him long term or not, okay? So this guy did talk to me about a will one time and said, well, I'm really looking for somebody that'll take care of me and all this and that. And I'm really feeling you. I like you. I want us to have a serious relationship. This was the insecure guy. And I knew that wasn't going to go nowhere, But I'm just, I listen. And he's like, well, I can put you on my will and all this and that. I can make sure that you are well taken care of for the rest of your life and all this and that. And you can come live here with me and all this and that. And I'm like, I was living here in Wisconsin at the time, and he wanted me to move back to Chicago to be with him. And it wasn't what I was getting from it was, you want me to move back there to take care of you, I couldn't do it, child. I couldn't do it. And I know you probably like, girl, you all wrong and stuff. He done whined and danced you and did all this stuff for you and treated you like a queen, and you just gone up and just leave once things get rough. Like, that's a little bit too much to take on. That's why I say, like, and I do see where people say, like, the reason why a younger woman shouldn't date an older guy because of things like that. But that's just something to think about. This older man, this part, I'm going to bring in younger women versus older women, okay? I'm going to bring in older women and younger women. Okay? When you start dating an older guy, it's going to be certain older women that's going to really hate the fact that you're dating an older guy. They may give you advice about why you shouldn't date this guy. And it's a difference between giving somebody advice and just telling people things just because you don't like it. Certain older women, I don't know. When it comes to older women and younger women, I have seen it to where it has been a battle between younger women and older women. Like, I don't know why it's like that, but I do see certain instances where some certain older women will feel some type of way because you are dating a guy that's their age. It could be because maybe they like this guy and that guy don't like them like that, and they want to take their anger out on you because the guy that they like is giving you the attention that they want from him. Like, it can't, it is those instances some of the times. I'm not gonna say all of the time, just some of the times. But there are some older women out there that will give you advice, and it really is to help you. Okay, so listen. Like I said, I like being around people that I feel like I can learn something from. So if an older woman come tell me something about an older guy and give me tips and clues on how I should date them, I'm gonna listen to her. I'm not gonna be sitting up here being like, oh, she just a hater. She just mad because she can't have him and I got him. No, that's not how I think. I always been one to learn from people. Another thing that I wanted to say, it's a lot of things about older men that I could say I've noticed. The sad ass that you would get when you are with this guy. Be ready for that, okay? Especially if he is of a different race, okay? I'm gonna talk about the older white guy, the 62-year-old. Now, when I went out on a date with him, we went out for breakfast, y'all. So the minute we got into the restaurant, y'all, I told y'all where I live is predominantly white. So this place in this area that we went to, it wasn't a me nowhere in sight. Nobody that looked like me, okay? So the minute we go in the restaurant, y'all, when I say you could hear a pin drop, you know how the record screech when somebody walking like, our ass fell on us when we walked up in that restaurant, y'all. I'm the only chocolate girl up in here, and I just felt so uncomfortable, y'all. But I played it cool. And the one thing about older men that I could say I notice is when they with a younger woman, they be just having this big ego. It's like their ego just go through the roof when they have a younger woman. Some older men do want a younger woman. It's like arm candy. So you really got to look at the factors of dating an older man. Like, why do he want to date you? Okay. So it's like when they got a younger woman, it's just like they it's something about their ego. Like, if you dated an older man, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like they just be so on top, on the head be so far in the clouds because they got this little young tenderoni, you know, with them. And the one thing I could say I noticed about this older man that made me know that he just his intentions I wasn't feeling him. You know, after the day, I didn't continue seeing him or talking to him because we got out his car, whatever, y'all, and we about to walk into the breakfast spot, and he asked if he could take a picture with me. Okay, he was like, "Can I take a picture with you? I would like to show all my friends." And I'm like, "Wait, hold on, that I don't know about all that." You know, he said he wanted to show all his friends. I was thinking like, okay, you want to show off your little young tenderoni, going ahead. Like, I took a picture with him, y'all. I think I still got that picture, y'all. If I come across that picture, I will come back and show y'all. But that was the funniest date ever. The most funniest, awkward, uncomfortable date I ever been on. Literally, y'all, when we was at the breakfast spot, you know how you walk into a room, everybody's just minding their business, you know, having their conversation. They having their conversation, then as soon as we walk in the door, they like, they didn't stop drinking their coffee. They didn't stop eating they bagels or whatever they eat. They tea. And turned all their attention to us. We sitting down trying to have a little one-on-one conversation, and they all in our conversation. Like, literally everybody in the cafe, y'all, just stopped and was just quiet. Okay. That was so uncomfortable. I'm like, dang, we having an A and B conversation. Like, see your way out. Like, remember that little saying we used to say back in the day? Like, you all up in my Kool-Aid, don't even know the flavor. Okay. Dang, like, y'all all up over here in our conversation in my face. Like, do you want some French toast? Do you want some coffee? Like, do you want me to share that with you? Like, you all up over here in our Kool-Aid. But yeah, that's the one thing about dating an older man. I think even with a older man of your race, you know, you'll still get those sad ass and people just wondering like, okay, what is this older man doing with this younger woman? Like, what can they possibly have to talk about? You know? Man, y'all, that was so awkward. I got a tendency always keeping a smile on my face, even when situations become awkward for me. I still try to make the best of it, you know, because every day is a learning experience. It was just like, man, y'all. But I already told that story a long time ago. I ain't gonna really say everything else that happened, but just little certain things that I would like to point out about older men that I noticed that you should be on the lookout for when making a decision on whether you want to date them or not. But with this older man, another thing that I say creeped me out, you know, turned me off about him was after he took me on a date, he was supposed to drop me off at home, and he was like going off to some secluded area. And y'all know I'm protected, okay? I'm from Chicago. I learned how to protect myself. I immediately got on guard, and I'm just like, where are you taking me? And the one thing about him, older men, these are the type of older men that you don't want to date. They be very touchy Philly, okay? First of all, don't put your hands on me. Do not put your hands on me. If you want to be leaking, because I got something up in this purse that you ain't ready for. Take your hands off of me. Keep them over there, okay? But he was very kind of like touchy Philly kind of thing, and he just had like this whole attitude like, yeah, I got this little young woman with me. I just took her out to eat, and so now I'm finna try to see if she gonna bust it wide open for me. I'm not finna be busting it wide open for no eggs and bacon. I'm not finna be busting it wide open for you at all. So the one thing about older men, they be having like this self-entitlement thing to where they feel like they entitled to sleep with you. This be with younger men too, men of any age. They feel like they entitled to sleep with you just because they took you out to eat or they did some things for you. I'm not entitled to give you anything. This is my body. I'm not gonna have sex with you if I don't want to. But this older man was really trying it, y'all. He really thought that he was gonna get them cakes because he took me out for breakfast and paid a bill or two. No, okay? First of all, I wasn't even in the least remotely attracted to him. He wasn't attracted to me at all, y'all. Don't ask me why I went out on a date with him, but it really was a money thing with him, okay? Certain older men I have had genuine connections with, and certain older men I just really was really seeing dollar signs when I looked at them. I'm just gonna be straight up and honest. I ain't finna, cause I did have a gold digger moment with him, cause I wasn't attracted to him like that. But yeah, older man, you got your work cut out for you, girl. Okay, dealing with that. Because, and then another thing about them that I have noticed is, and people try to say like, oh, what could you possibly have in common with this older man? We can have a lot in common. And they talking about, oh, y'all ain't grew up listening to the same music, doing these certain things and all this and that. First of all, I have a mother, I have a grandmother, I have uncles, I have cousins. I listen to old school music ever since I was a child, okay? All that old school music that they like and listen to, I didn't heard that before. And I actually like old school music better than new school music. So we do have things in common. But yeah, that's another thing about dating older men. If you don't know anything about different genres of music or something like that, you may want to go look up an old school playlist and feel like you may want to be connected to him. Another thing that I like with dating older men is playing certain music. Like you play an old school song, he let you hear an old school song, and you play a new school song for him. Because a lot of the songs now, and people try to make it seem like, oh, well, y'all ain't got nothing in common because y'all ain't got music in common. No, yes, you do, because a lot of the songs that are out here today are a remake of old school music, okay? All these R&B rap songs, they always have, if you notice, they always have a mixture of an old school song in there. So that's a connection right there.